If you just spent your entire morning running a clean conduit pipe installation, don't ruin all your hard work the second you start pulling wire. Jamming your conductors into a pipe raw or prepping a blocky blunt wire head is a guaranteed way to snap your fish tape right inside the run. Or worse, strip the installation completely off the copper. Under the Ontario Electrical Safety Code, we have strict cross-sectional fill limits to respect, and failing an installation-resistant test means you're ripping out the whole run on your own dime. In this masterclass breakdown, I'm taking you step by step through how to build an unbreakable tapered wire pulling head, how to run your code calculations for maximum wire pull, and the exact protocol for using wire pulling lube so your conductors glide around tight 90s degree bends. Let's get right into it. Alright, step 1 is prepping your pulling head. The biggest rookie mistake on site is cutting all your wires perfectly flush, looping them through the fish tape eyelet, and wrapping a massive ball of electrical tape around it. That creates a massive square block that hits a 90-degree elbow and hooks onto the internal conduit lip, binding the whole pull. Instead, we use a stagger layout. Take your primary lead conductors, let's use the black line wire, and strip back about 3 to 4 inches of insulation. Loop that bare copper tightly through the eyelet of your fish tape. Twist it back on itself and clamp it flat with your linesman pliers. Now look closely at my secondary conductors, the red and white. See how I stagger them. Position the red conductors an inch behind the loop, and the white conductor an inch behind the loop, and the white conductor an inch behind the red. By staggering the endpoints of the insulation layer by layer, we create a slim tapered geometric profile. When we wrap this with high quality electrical tape, stretch the tape tight as you wrap down the bundle. We want to form a smooth friction-free nose cone. This slim tapered nose cone will naturally snake around conduit bends instead of binding up on internal steams. If your head isn't shaped like a bullet, you don't put it in the pipe. Step 2 is know your limits before you even buy your wire. You cannot just pack a piece of rigid PVC or AMT pipe until it's completely packed solid. Under OESC Chapter 10 guidelines, if you are pulling 3 or more insulated conductors into a single run of conduit, your maximum cross-section wire fill capacity is exactly 40%. Why only 40%? 2 critical reasons: physical pull tension and thermal induction heat. When alternating current flows through conductors inside a closed metallic or plastic tubing assembly, it generates localized heat. If there isn't 60% dead airspace inside that pipe to allow for thermal dissipation, your wire jackets will break, crack, and fail over time. To run the math properly, go to tables 1 for your percentage limits. Find your specific conductor insulation type in tables 2 to get it exact cross-section area in square millimeters, and look up table 4 to find the internal area of your conduit size. If your total wire area exceeds 40% of the pipe internal area, you legally have to size up your conduit. Don't guess the math. Inspectors check this on the blueprint walkthrough every single time. So when it comes to wire pulling, you want to be very careful. You want to make sure that you always use the correct soap. Why I say that, you cannot just use any type of soap. Here, when we're dealing with electrical, in order to have our conduit pass through the pipes, so I'm going to show you an example. Let's say we have a conduit like this. We will either use, what's called CAT number 1200 EZ pull. This is one of the types that we use. Is from Nesco, and as you can see, this is almost empty. This is how much I use on a daily basis. Again, as you can see, simply by just taking this and placing it into here and rubbing around the edge. Also, what I like to do is I like to take the full soap. I like to keep my hands away from it. I like to just press inside of the conduit. That way, when I am pulling my cables into the conduit, the soap is already inside of the conduit. Another soap that I also like to use is Yellow 77. This here is again popular among tradesmen. We use it all the time, so you will have many tradespeople that will use this type of Yellow 77. And the reason behind it is Yellow 77, like I say again, it's very gets the job done. As you can see right here, Yellow 77, and it's a product of Ideal. Okay, and again, this one is a little bit messier. You can see here it's halfway down, and as you can see, it's got everything here that you will want to see. It's also got the UL sticker and the SA sticker, meaning that it is approved for the job. And again, also with this, what I like to do, simply take the soap and I like to place it inside of here. That way, when I'm pulling, my cables are going to land smoothly inside of the pipe. It's already inside. I just have to pull away and away we go. Now let's talk about the pull itself. If you're running a short, straight 3-meter stick of pipe into a box, pulling dry is perfectly fine, but the second your conduit layout introduces multiple bends or approaches the legal limit of 360 degrees between pull points, pulling dry is an unnecessary risk that stresses your wire jacket. This is where a high-quality polymer-based wire pulling lubricant comes into play. Never use standard dish soap or automotive grease. Those leave behind a sticky, corrosive residue that eats through PVC wall linings and degrades thermoplastic insulation over time. Apply a generous coating of certified trade lube directly to your tampered nose cone as it enters the box, and have your helper apply a steady stream directly to the conductor bundle as it's being fed into the pipe. The lube is significantly drops the coefficient of friction, lowering your pulling tension by over 50%. Remember, the guy feeding the wire is just as important as the guy pulling the fish tape. Feed it smoothly, don't force it. If you are pulling and your fish tape hits a dead stop halfway through the underground run, stop pulling harder. Do not grab a pair of vice grips or hook it up to a trap bumper. If you force a jam bundle, you will strip the insulation bare inside the pipe, creating a permanent short circuit hidden in the walls. When it jams, communicate with your feeder. Have them pull the wire back out about 2 to 3 inches. Twist the bundle slightly to clear the internal conduit ridge. Add a fresh coat of lube and try feeding it through again with a steady, synchronized rhythm. Mastering clean wire head preparation, respecting your 40% OESC fill tables, and utilizing proper lubricant is what separates a first-year apprentice from a true professional who passes inspection on the first pass. If you want to see exactly how to land these conductors and size your breakers cleanly once your pull is complete, click on the electrical breakers playlist popping up right on your screen right now. Drop your best wire pulling horror stories in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button to support the channel milestone, and I'll see you on the next job site.